Hi, and welcome to some more time intuition with me, Tarot with Anne-Marie. This is about having a perspective that allows for diversity, for strategies, for saying, I'm in a place of advantage. Yes, but you still can see the problems that's there. It's a bit like standing on top of a mountain or a hillside and seeing that the enemy's coming at you or the fans are coming at you. And if there's too many fans, that can actually be overwhelming. One, I want a piece of you. And you think, oh, that's lovely. No, it's not. It's actually quite scary for somebody to be coming at you and wanting something from you. And while you're talking to one person here and that person there, you're off guard. Staying in a place of advantage when it comes to matters of work, not revealing your strategies, looking at the fact that you need the strategies of being able to plan ahead and know exactly what you're doing and to have a foot in two different camps. Just getting out the hermit on its own and knowing everything I taught you last week about the hermit is great. But which particular thing out of what I said are you going to say to the client when they say, tell me about work? Cracky. Could be that, could be that. They don't want to hear that. You've got to be certain. So it's where it is. So I'm saying, let's presume this is in the physical self. Them. Only them. Yeah. This, of course, could come out in the house of others. Then what would it mean? We're not talking about you. We're talking about someone else that's in a place of advantage over you. Can you see the difference? Yes? So if you are in a position and you do not have a spread that tells you who are you looking at, if you can't just say, oh, I've got that in my read, you've got to know that position and say, that is you. That is the people around you. They're in a place of advantage and they're going to tell you what's happening. So how is this going to affect you at work? They're probably going to win. Why probably? Because everything that's going on right now is saying you've lost, they've won. But because you've had a reading, you know about this, forewarned, forearmed, you can do something. I've got it. This is your strategy. And it's not about spying on people. It's about knowing. It's a bit like somebody saying, I'm going for this job interview. I feel really confident. How's it looking? And this comes up in the place of others. It's like there's several other people going for this. Yeah. They're going to look for diversity. They're going to look for somebody that's different and somebody that's actually able to handle anything and keep on top of the situation and get on with it, actively get on with it, delegate and keep problems at bay. If you can see that the enemy's coming in, or you can see that you're going to be overwhelmed or distracted by things and you take your eye off the ball, you're going to lose the lot. So it depends where it is. And that is why this method is fantastic. If this comes up in the sixth house in the spread, the sixth house is the place of work. The Hermit and Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. This is a brilliant card to know. Everyone goes, oh, juggling money and finance. Yeah, but it also means internal transfers at work. And then you see this comes up for that person, got to be them, not in the place of someone else. You could firmly say, in the house of yourself, I can see you have the experience to have an internal transfer at work. We've got Pentacles. Pentacles mean this is already in motion. Again, people think, oh, it's money. It can be, but we're asking about work and they may be asking about money. And they're going, well, am I going to be all right? And this comes up in the house of their finances. Then we could say it's about money. But coming up in the self, and they may be saying, if the question was different, of course, sorry, it could be, oh, am I going to be all right for money with work? This would be when you'd answer that. But this is an internal transfer at work. Why work? Hermit. Why internal? that Two of Pentacles, internal. See the infinity symbol? This is another great one. Three of Pentacles. This is collaborating with others at work. You all need each other. And in this card, it's saying, yeah, it's going really well. You're cooperating, collaborating, and yeah, this is working for an organization that probably has someone like government funding it, somebody who is in authority, like councils. It's that kind of association. So you would say we've got the experience to go into places like universities, hospitals, schools, or something of that kind of collaboration. And if they said to you, I wanted to know if I was going to be self-employed, and this came up, it would be no, because it's saying you need to work with other people. You are not somebody that actually is self-employed. This is the other one I wanted to show you. Hermit and Eight of Pentacles. Hermit is about work, experience, knowledge, information, somebody who's serious, somebody that is capable, somebody that walked the boards. If you were actually saying, who should I hire? I'm saying you have a look and see if you're asking about somebody else and that comes up as them and they're the hermit, that's the person you want. But in answer to our question here, what's going to happen to me at work? And you know nothing about them. You go, you're experienced enough to go self-employed. Really? Because you're carving out your own future. Now, I have heard the Eight of Pentacles in 2 or 3 different books, I think, recently that I looked at, and I totally disagree with it. It's you are not there yet, you're not skilled enough. Rubbish. Look at how many pentacles this fellow has produced. And that's not money. It's something that's tangible. It's showing you it's already happened. This is somebody who has all of the components to actually be self-employed. They're wise enough, they're experienced enough, they are capable of working on their own, the hermit, yeah, and they are capable of bringing that healing to themselves and to others. Sometimes people say, can we use a tarot card for career? Does anybody know what the hermit might actually represent in a career? A lot of Virgo energy. It is the card of Virgo, astrologically. Absolutely. There is a lot of Virgo energy. And Virgos are serious people. If you know a Virgo, they are serious, they are capable, they are usually very organized, they're incredibly dutiful, and they work very well on their own. And I'll tell you why that is, because they like order, they like routine. And they might say, oh, I'm a Virgo and I'm so messy, everything's higgledy-piggledy. We didn't talk about the fact that you're pristine and OCD in the arrangement of things or the cleanliness of things. We talked about the order. And so the order could be the system in which you are applying. The person that's got everything strewn around the room could be a Virgo. And you go, there's no way they're a Virgo. They're supposed to be organized. It could be like that curiosity shop that you see in films where there's hundreds of books everywhere and they know exactly where to find the very thing that you've asked them for. Do not be fooled by appearances. Order and duty and experience and wisdom may not actually present itself as squeaky clean, OCD, everything is perfect. But they like to actually be on their own, so that they can organize. People can't keep up with their organization and their thinking. And if they can, even if they're on the same level as them, they actually need to decompress to be able to have all that order. Maybe it's all in their head. Maybe they're the people that can do these amazing sort of formulas or mental arithmetic of themselves. If you know a Virgo, just because we're talking about a hermit, if you know a Virgo or two, look at them. What do they look like? How do they behave? How do they act? That, when you are reading your tarot cards and you know the astrological sign that goes with that card, you are on a winner if you can think about someone that you know that it reminds you of. Virgo. I know several Virgos, but my brother-in-law was a Virgo. He'd throw a sandwich back at you if you hadn't cut it perfectly. And yeah, he was one of those collectors. And I mean it. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. And when we cleaned out his property, as in when he passed, it was a nightmare because he'd hoarded things. Three kitchen sinks. I'm not saying it was that. There was multiple of the same thing, but he knew where everything was. Well, if you did not do things in a certain way, and if we were driving instructors and if he had a new pupil, he used to want to wash his hair. It was part of his routine, his organisation. You see what I mean? It wasn't about him cleaning his house all the time. That's what I'm saying. Think of that. The first little boy that I looked after as a nanny, second little boy, sorry, he was a Virgo. Never have I lost touch with that little boy. Beautiful soul. And you know what touched me the most of that little boy? He would be so devastated if someone else was in the doghouse, like his friend. Oh, did you break that? Did you snatch that off him? Did you take it off him? He would say, no, I did it, because he couldn't bear for the person that he cared about, his best friend, to be in trouble. He was like, I can take it, they can't. And that was like 2-3 years of age. Think of these aspects of their personality. It will help you understand your card. And you need to do that for just 12. When you're reading cards, bringing the pieces of the puzzle together and making it that it actually speaks to you and comes alive. Those of you that are actually wanting to grow and explore and do the absolute best that you can, this is what I can help you through all that I've studied, all that I've been on courses, I've run courses, I've done workshops for 30 years. The books are marvelous, wonderful books. Even if you read a book and you actually go, wasn't much in there I didn't really know, or it didn't really tell me anything. Even if there's one sentence, it was worth reading that book because you'll remember that and it'll help you. Didn't have to be the whole book, did it? Didn't have to enjoy it. If it gives you knowledge, that helps you, and maybe that helps you on your journey for whatever it is that you want to do with the tarot. One of the biggest things that people always said to me is, I'd got to a certain stage and it was like, I don't know what to do now. I don't feel proficient enough to actually charge. I feel that people are saying, oh, it's a gift, you shouldn't be charging. In answer to that question, I'm just going to give you, it is about respect, it is about exchange. But most of all, there are those people that want to do it as a hobby and those people that want to do it as a career. And if you are doing it as a career, you need to be able to support yourself, your home, your family, and be healthy. So if you're making it your living, of course you've got to charge. But if you're making it your living, you've got to be good enough to make it your living. And that is where I'm trying to help people that want to do that. And enigmatic hermit is saying agree. So yeah, for those that want to do it as a hobby, give that away, that's fine. There's nothing more precious than you can give for your time. For those of you, whoever you are, if you feel uncomfortable as in should I be charging, wait until you're confident that you should be charging and that you're giving value. And if you would pay for that reading and the questions that you have in your life that you feel that you can answer, then do. And the one thing I'm going to say to you is, never ever give things away. Do not turn around and spend 4 weeks on a painting or a model and then just give it to somebody because you're wanting feedback from them. Because they won't value it. It's just the nature of humans. We don't value it. You might say thank you and gosh and send a card and how wonderful you are, but they'll probably just pop it somewhere else. Do you know why? Because you gave it to them and they weren't looking for it. When they look for it because they want it or need it, that's the difference. It means something to them, so they've approached you for that. Yeah? There's no right or wrong way, but it's just you can't be all things to everybody. So you just got to get comfortable in the reader that you want to be and just go, no, I'm not a medium. No, I don't connect like that. No, I don't do this. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's what I want. You're always learning all the time. That sometimes there's people from astrology wanting to come over to tarot. Oh, I'm trying to, no. I'm tarot with astrology. If it comes up, as in, we've got the question about work, Carla, and the person's saying tell me about me. And this comes up in the first house, that's about the person having the reading, your customer, that's your client that's having the reading. That meaning changes because it goes to the person having the reading. But if this comes up in the influences of others, we are not saying it is about the person that's having the reading. This is what the obstacle is. Or this is the background effects that's helping. In one position, we've got the obstacles from other people. And in the other position, we've got the influences that's helping you from other people. The 8th house was saying there's other people's money. Maybe this comes up in the 8th house. And it's about the influences of other people. Somebody in the past is going to help you become self-employed. That's what it would mean if it was in the 8th house. And you go, oh, where'd you get that from? It's card of the past. You know this person. Choose the cups because it's simple. It's about emotion. It's about love. And if they said what they're thinking about me, it's like, where does this come up? The meaning could change if this came up in a past position. And that would mean it's gone. But if this comes up in a now position, it's like someone from the past who seriously really cared for you very deeply is in the now position. There's influences. Or it's coming to the future positions. Yes. And also it might be that they ask about this and you go, ooh, but this comes up for them. And it's like, actually, you are thinking of them. They are not thinking of you. So yes, it can change. And that is why putting a map out, pleasure to meet you. Thank you. It's been interesting to hear your perspective. I also love your point about judgment. Yeah, I've come across that too. No matter. Different strokes, different folks. But don't let it bother what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Oh, Sherry, I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your time. This has been great. Let's keep it going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep helping each other. Please share it with somebody that you think might benefit from this video. I'm slightly different, and this is the way I do it. And I'm not for everybody, but I absolutely love you all for your astrological help. Love your tarot insights. I love the fact that you're excited by both. So that's where we actually really connect and we're compatible. It's been wonderful tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Do look after yourselves. I'll see you Thursday at 5. Hope this rain goes away. Otherwise, we may not have any power. There's been so much rain. I'm feeling new.